got Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, otherwise known as Mosport, with the one and only Neil Verhagen. But obviously, I think everyone would want to know more about the M3 Touring 24H. Now, it was a secret project, and I think Jens was pretty heavily involved with that.
Mm-hmm.
When did you first hear about this rumored race car that was just a crazy station wagon?
I think just around Daytona time this year. So during Daytona is kind of when we figured out that Connor and myself was going to be joining with Jens and Ugo on the car. So yeah, I mean, obviously super cool project. I think BMW Motorsport did an amazing job putting the car together. Very difficult to have an expectation before going into an event like this with a car that's never ran before and something that's only, been in the works for like a couple of months of actually building the car before. For sure, there was, a much longer process after they saw what the results of the social media post was of the April Fool's joke. But to bring that to life in such a short amount of time, it was super impressive. And as I said, the expectation was very unknown going into the event.
So did you hear about it before Daytona, or some rumors through the grapevine, the drivers chatting about it, potential secret surprise coming up?
From my side, no. I mean, being over here in the U.S., everything, full focus was on Daytona. So I just heard about it in Daytona for the first time, and obviously, was super excited to be on the program. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't know where everyone else was learning about it. I never really asked how many people knew before, so maybe I was one of the last, or maybe I was one of the first. I have no idea.
Yeah, then getting in the car. What are your first thoughts when you saw the real thing, and then getting inside, and then running some laps in it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the car itself, I mean, obviously looked amazing, right? We launched it with the camo livery, with all the comments and stuff from the Instagram posts, and that was super cool. And I guess the question mark at first was, how's the car going to drive? Obviously, the car looked amazing, but I really wanted to know how it drove. And getting into the car for the first time then at the qualifiers race, since we missed the first one since that clashed with Sebring.
Right.
I got the first impression, and it was very good from the beginning. I was very positive, and I think that's when the mindset started to switch. Then that this is not just a show car for BMW, but this is also a race car that with the goal that is going to compete, in the front end of the field.
And essentially, it did, because you finished at the time P5, then elevated to P4.
Mm-hmm.
And how many stints and hours did you spend behind the wheel at the Nürburgring?
Quite a bit, to be honest. I didn't really sleep too much. I mean, with any 24-hour race, you don't really sleep that much. I don't really remember exactly how much I did. I drove a very good amount of the race, I would say. Exact time I don't remember, but I would probably say somewhere like 8 or 9 hours or something like that.
I think the right answer, Neil, is not enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, you'd obviously want to drive more. But no, with having Connor, Jens, and Ugo in the car, great teammates. Obviously, everyone did a great job. So, at the same time, as much as you'd like to keep driving, it's also nice to have teammates that can let you rest as well too.
Yeah, and pick up the slack, basically push it as hard as you, or even better than you. I mean, amazing lineup you guys had for that car. And comparing it to like the M4 GT3, how would you compare those two vehicles driving them?
Almost identical, to be honest.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you took the rear mirror out where you saw the rear end of the Touring, and you weren't told that you were in a Touring, pretty copy paste. I mean, very marginal or small differences between. I think the biggest was that the aero was a bit different on the car. We had a little bit more rear downforce, so high speed was very strong in the car. And just overall, in general, the whole car was a bit stiffer, with obviously having not only just the A pillar, but then the B pillar in the car. So, yeah. But I think with the Yokohama tire, I'd never driven that tire before. First time for me driving the Yokohama. So I think somehow the Touring actually fit the Yokohama better than the M4 GT3 did. So it was having a very nice, let's say, feeling.
Right, that's awesome. But let's quickly switch gears as we're running out of time here. So back with Palmer Racing, you're leading the championship.
Mm-hmm.
What are your feelings going into the race tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, we need to see where we're going to end up in qualifying, which is later today. So hopefully, we have a good result there.
No pressure on that, Neil, right? Because you're doing it.
Yeah, I'll be doing qualifying. So yeah, we'll obviously try to maximize and yeah, for the race, I think it's kind of our keys that we've been sticking to this year, which is just not making mistakes and focusing on ourselves and I think, over the course of the season right now, we've made the least amount of mistakes, which is obviously why we are sitting in a good spot in the championship right now. So, yeah, hopefully, we can also put some good results in. That always helps. But I think the biggest thing for us is just not making any mistakes.
Yeah, making no mistakes, staying consistent.
Yeah.
Racking up the points, heading into Road Atlanta. So we'll see you there.
Yep.
So hopefully another crowning achievement. You've already had a really good year.
Yep.
So I didn't get to chat after Daytona, so we'll do the last question on that. What was it like winning your first Rolex? Say first because there's so many more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. I mean, it's like a lifelong dream come true. Like you, as an American growing up and racing in the U.S. and then going over to Europe and then coming back to the U.S. with BMW. There's obviously all 4 24-hour races you want to win, but yeah, I think Daytona was a pretty cool one, and the watch is a pretty cool bonus for winning that race. So yeah, was over the moon about that one. It was it didn't feel real for the longest time, but it was super cool. My parents were there. I had a lot of family there as well too, which was super nice to share that moment with them. Everyone that has sacrificed so much for me to be in this position to share that with them was super special.
That's awesome. And now on to the next one because you can get number 2, so you can be just like Connor. Hopefully next year, right?
Sorry,
get your second.
Yeah,
Rolex.
I mean, hopefully, yeah. I mean, hopefully you can keep stacking them up. That'd be nice. I mean, we got 2 wrists for a reason, so why not grab a second one? So, yeah, obviously everyone's trying as well. So,
all right. Appreciate your time, Neil. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you.